Texas Success Academy, home of the innovators, visionaries, successful individuals, and competent leaders. An online school proud of its long-lasting integrity and academic excellence. A fully online accredited school, committed to provide accessible education to all. Recognized by the Texas Education Agency and approved Texas Private School Accreditation Commission. Regional, national and internationally accredited by ACTS and SACSCASI, prestigious agencies that are recognized by the U.S. Department of Education. Learn from some of the best educators in the United States. Accredited, award-winning, affordable and exceptional online learning for K-12 and adults. What are you waiting for? Experience greatness and learn from the best. Be a Jaguar now.
Texas Success Academy, home of the Jaguars.
Great day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our soon-to-be Jaguars. Texas Success Academy proudly presents #TSATalks, explore a new and creative path to earn your high school diploma. To formally start our program, let us all welcome Texas Success Academy School Superintendent, Dr. Lisa Chappell.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. This is our first TSA Talks for our adult students and potential students. So I'm very happy that you're here. I'd like to tell you a little bit about TSA if you're not super familiar with us. Yesterday, we celebrated our 11th year of successful online learning, and that is really amazing. We are a fully accredited, award-winning online school where adults can earn their high school diploma while working. And it's not a GED, it's an actual high school diploma. And that's hard to do sometimes. So I'm so happy that you're here and you're going to learn about TSA and how we make it easy for you to achieve your dreams. I'm going to bring on someone from admissions so that I can talk a little bit about TSA and also have a little guest with me. So right now we have Mr. Kiel. He's in admissions.
Hi
Before,
everyone.
thank you
Thank
for.
you for introducing me, Dr. Lisa.
Oh, you're so welcome. Before I start talking to you a little bit, I want to give a little history of Texas Success Academy. So TSA was founded by educators. I used to be an educator. I was a teacher in elementary, and I started teaching and advising at college at UTA. And then I was an administrator. So I have a background in education. And our founder, co-founder, Dr. Carolyn Chappell, she has worked with students from the time they were pre-K to adult. So we have a lot of years and experience in working in education. We're one of the first schools that worked in Texas in online education. And we're just a handful of schools here in Texas. The great thing about our school is that you can live anywhere and take our classes. The only state that has a system where they only want their residents to take classes from schools in their state is New York. So if a school tells you, oh, you can come and take classes here, please be advised that is a New York education requirement. Okay, especially for adults. If you live in New Jersey, Connecticut, outside of New York, and you graduate from TSA and you go to New York, it's not a problem. I don't understand that, but that's their system and we have to abide by it. So we're going to talk a little bit about our admission process for the adults who can come to TSA and how the system works. So Mr. Kiel, can you tell me a little bit about how it is for an adult who's interested in earning their high school diploma? What would they need to do?
Okay, so first thing you can do, you can give us a phone call. Sometimes you fill out forms, which is our new lead form, just so you can request a call or request an email. That works as well. But either way, you can call in, ask a few questions, get them answered, and then I can send you an email with enrollment instructions. But I can also provide you with instructions via phone call if you're already in front of a laptop or a computer. And yeah, just to give you an overview of the enrollment process, once you pay the down payment and after your enrollment form is cleared and sent to us by our financial advisor, Miss Christie, we input you into our databases and then request for the needed documents. Once your documents are submitted, we send you a link to a mandatory orientation. After you attend that orientation, we create your login, send them to you. Then we forward your records to your advisor and they will set up your classes, contact you, and that is the enrollment process. So, yeah.
It's a very excellent explanation of the enrollment process. It's a very streamlined process. We want to make sure that we're placing you in the correct classes, right? So
Yeah.
as an adult, and we don't want to say, oh, you just everyone's the same. We actually look at each individual student, right? And what is the thing that you create for every individual student? It starts with a P, a planner.
We create a class planner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's admissions. I think it's registrar, right?
It's register.
Registrar, but we have a class planner for each student, and we want to make sure that you're in the right classes and that you know exactly what you're going to be taking. There's no guesswork. So the great thing about TSA, if you want to call us, you call us. You'll be able to speak to someone in our admissions team, and if you say, "I know everything about TSA and I want to enroll," you go ahead and enroll. And I think there is a question that came through. Thank you so much, Mariel. It says, do you recommend any college, university or colleges I could apply for after graduation? That's a great idea and a great question. We do recommend that you find out what you want to do, right? Because each college has a different set of specialities in a way. So if you're looking for to be a pharmacy tech, then you would want to look at that type of school. If you're looking to be work as in the medical profession, you're looking at that type of school. So what you'll do is you'll sit down with Miss Christie. I'm sorry, Miss Crystal, and she'll go over and she'll talk with you. We have a little form to fill out so that we can get like an interest to see what you're interested in. And then from there, we can help you find the school that's going to work for you. And the one thing I said in our earlier event is that you really need to look at the school's admissions requirements. What do they require? Do you need additional math? Do you need science? What is it they require so that you can be prepared when you go to enroll? How is the admission process, Mr. Keel? Is it fairly simple, or is it, do I have to go through a lot, or is it, easy to understand? Tell me your experience with dealing with students when they apply.
Yeah, it's fairly streamlined and simple. Most of the time, we get it as fast as possible. The enrollment process could be done within 2 to 3 business days, but there are certain cases wherein it takes more time because students have trouble getting in their transcripts, which is fine because you can actually inform us that you have trouble getting some of your documents, and we will gladly assist you in acquiring them. There is absolutely no issue there. But yeah, besides the documents thing, it's a fairly straightforward process. So.
That's good. And I think it's so good that we have orientation because I like to go where I know what's going on and not just thrown into a bunch of classes. So if I can see, oh, I have to do this step, and oh, this is what this means, and I click on this button, and here's my class, and here's our school calendar, it gives you an idea of what to do so you're not in the dark. That's the one thing about TSA that I really love, is that we want you to be well informed. I see there's another question because we do have students that are outside of the US, and this is an international student. Is there a way for international students to pay their tuition other than credit card? That's a great question. And we have partnered with Western Union. So you're able to get a link, pay through Western Union, which is very easy. They can convert any funds that you needed to US dollars, and we will get you set up on there. So yes, you can pay through Western Union. Isn't that wonderful? So if you don't have credit cards, because in some countries, there's no credit cards. It makes it a little bit more difficult to apply for school, but we do, and we have partnered with Western Union. So we will be adding a new link for international students that they can pay through Western Union, or we can invoice you, or whatever you need to make it easy on you to attend school, you can. And we have a lot of international students, and we give each student the same treatment. We want to make sure you really understand what you're getting into, because this is a school. It's not a place where you go fill out a bunch of packets and you're done. You're actually going to learn. You're actually going to be able to apply to the college of your choice. which is good. And we love that we are an accredited school. We want our students that come in here to know that they are confident from the diploma and transcript that they get from us, and that once they earn their high school diploma, there's no need to do anything else as far as getting another high school diploma. You have it, it's done. We have a lot of international students that have completed their college in their country, but unfortunately, is not accepted in the US. So that's why we have international students that have degrees come get their high school diploma for TSA, then go into college. Can I study space science with your high school diploma, or do you have to test students online? That's a great question. Can I study space science with your high school diploma? Our high school diploma would not stop you from studying any courses that you like, right? So once you get a high school diploma from TSA, you're going to have all the courses that are required for the state of Texas to earn your accredited high school diploma. So once you graduate, and if you want to study space science, that is great. And how do you test students online? Students are tested all the time because we don't want you to have test anxiety. So you will review work, you'll go through, you'll meet with your teacher. Um, if you have questions, you have one-on-one support. And if you feel like I'm not ready for this exam, get with your teacher. Make sure you understand the information before you go take the exam. And you will take it on the computer. You don't have to come into the school. Everything is done 100% online. So those are great questions. Can you tell me what's the best part about working in admissions, Kiel?
The stories I hear every day. It's very nice to hear that adult students are trying to get and graduate and get their high school diploma. At first they are very reluctant. There are a
Mhm.
few circumstances that they have experienced. It might be their age, but it's nice to know. And I just give them confidence. Regardless of your age, your sex, or religion, you can study with us and get your high school diploma. No worries.
No
And you
worries.
just, yeah.
No, I
So
didn't
I
mean
guess
to
that's the
stop.
best
Sorry.
part.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was agreeing with
It's
you.
fine. So yeah, it's very inspiring to hear that about their stories, and it's nice to give them confidence in certain parts just so they could pursue what they wanted to.
That's so true because let me tell you, it takes a lot of courage to go to school. I don't know
Yeah.
if you all know this, but I went back to school with my mother. That is the co-founder of this school, right? So she was working 2 and 3 jobs. She did not like any job that she was working. And I said, why don't you go back to school? Why don't we go to college together? And I'm very competitive, and I was slacking off, to be honest. I'd probably still be in school right now if she had not come and was a super smart student and really took hold to that because she did not get the opportunity like she wanted earlier in life. But when she got that opportunity, she ran with it. And it made me really increase my grades because I'm very competitive and I saw what she was doing and it made me want to go back to school. So it's never too, that's why we have it. It's never too late to graduate. It's never too late to go back to school.
Yeah.
As long as you have breath in your body, you can go back to school. So I just think it's so important that we let our students and potential students know we want you to come back to school. We think you have a lot of courage. It takes a lot of strength to come back to school. We know that a lot of you are working. A lot of you are doing a lot of things and keeping busy, but you find that time, whether it's 2 in the morning or 4 in the afternoon, to do your lessons, and we appreciate that. Can I graduate as an international adult student on campus? Well, we're 100% online. So you will be taking your courses online, you will graduate online. Now, if you want to come to our graduation ceremony, that will be something different. We are still in the works to see if we're going to have a graduation ceremony because when we did, we had people fly in to attend graduation. But if you're talking about, can I just earn my high school diploma as an international student? Yes, you definitely can. You can earn your diploma as an international student online in your home country. So you don't have to fly here, but it gives you the opportunity to apply to colleges in the US. I have a lot of my international students that earn their high school diploma with us and they apply to colleges in the US and attend college here. So I hope that answered your question. If not, please give me some more information and I'll do that. Well, Kiel, thank you so much for joining me today. And that is a great transition because guess what? I'm going to have Mr. Johnny come in and answer that question. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really
Thank you as
appreciate
well.
our
All right.
admissions team. So now we're going to meet Mr. Johnny. Hey, how are you today?
Hi, I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. We had a great question that just popped in. And before that, I'm going to say that Johnny is in our records department. He's our registrar assistant and he is excellent at what he does. He's very thorough. So, a question came up about records. It says, can you request my transcript for me? So, let's talk about that transcript request and how first what the student is supposed to do and then what happens if they need your help.
All right. So to start off, definitely always to request your transcripts from your previous school, it's always important to try yourself and talk to your registrar or counselor from your previous school and message them, see if you can do anything about it by yourself first. And they may direct you to a certain website that they use, like Need My Transcripts or Parchment or however the case. And if that's not viable and you do need help, then we have a form for you to fill out and you can request for us to request your transcripts, and then we can handle it instead. And it typically goes pretty smooth after that. We talk to them and see what they tell us and what we can do, and yeah, that's the overall process of it.
Mhm. And if it's not too far, if say for instance they live in Texas and they are an adult student, if it's not so many years back, we can request it through T-Rex, right? Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Uh-huh.
And we use the same systems that the public schools and the private schools here in Texas use, which is the T-Rex system. So we have another question. Thank you for the answer. That was awesome. It says, how do students understand which transcript request is form is for them? Like, how do I know what form to get? So say for instance, I'm not here at school, I'm not a student, and I'm not sure what course I need to take or how many credits I have. What form should I do if I'm trying to have someone look at my transcript?
So in that case, you would go to our TSA Connect page and you would click on the request an evaluation form for a transcript evaluation,
Mhm.
and then I will personally do that myself. There are two processes for transcript evaluations. One is for an enrolled student and one is for a tentative student. And an enrolled student, they're already with us and now they're just going to get their classes. I pull out their transcript, I analyze it, see what classes they have, see what credits they need, and then I check it off on their planner, and then I put it in their folder. It's pretty simple that way. And then the tentative one's also just as simple, but it'll be a little more personal because you're not enrolled yet, because you're still trying to figure out if you want to go here or not. So in that way, we accommodate you by I doing the transcript evaluation just the same way, but then I email you personally so that we can talk about it and you can tell me if there are any discrepancies or anything that's missing that you believe you took, and then we can talk about it from there.
Okay, that's a great answer. There's also other transcript requests. So, say for instance that you are in our adult program and you have finished your classes. What transcript request would that be?
If you're an adult student who finished all their classes, then you would be requesting to graduate.
Yeah.
And if you're in the US, it would be the usual request to graduate. If you're outside, it would be the international request.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for those answers. And that you made it so simple and easy for me and everyone else to understand. If you're not a student and you want to come in and you're not sure about your courses, do a transcript evaluation. That way you can see exactly what you need to take. Oh, we have another great question. Is it possible for international students to transfer their credits from their home country to TSA? Okay, so let me talk about this. So, if you're an international student and you are from an accredited school recognized by the U.S. Department of Education, then yes, we will take those credits. If your school is not recognized by the U.S. Department of Education, then we cannot, but we can still help you because you can test out of some of your courses, which is a really good option for students that have taken courses, have their degree or diploma from another school. You can select four courses that you would like to see if you can test out. Or when I was in college, it was called CLEP. You could CLEP out of courses or do an advanced test to earn credit. So we offer that to our international students. So, yes, if your school is accredited, yes, we will take all those credits. If it's not, don't worry, we still got your back. Okay, here's another question. It's very long. Let me see if I can get this. What if you made a few payments already and you don't know how to go about getting started with your classwork? So, if you've made payments already, and you are a student and you don't know how to get with your classwork, we need to reach out to your advisor, right? We need to make sure that you understand and that you went through orientation, because we're going to send you that. If you've completed orientation, your next step is to get your new login information, right? So you're going to get your login information from your advisor. Um, is that right? The advisors are going to give the login information once they actually, I think it's admissions. I'm sorry. Once you go through that, because you're going to go through orientation, right, on how to work the LMS. So you're going to get your login information. When you have met with your advisor and they ask you, do you struggle? What is going on with you? How can we help you? Then they're going to look at your classes to see which one is going to be best for you. And then you'll get your new login information. Um, Okay, so someone's asking about, I received a message about being able to log in and start the classes. So we're going to take your name. I see you down there, and we're going to get you to your advisor, and they're going to explain everything to you, because I don't want you to feel like I don't know how to start my classes. Once you do your step by step, which is your orientation, go through that, make sure you understand how to work the LMS. You're going to get your classes. You're going to get your login. But we're not just going to send you out there, like I said earlier, with your login and password, and you're like, I'm stuck. You have an advisor. So we're going to make sure that we reach out to your advisor and that they contact you tomorrow to help you. If someone asked a question that we just answered, is it possible to evaluate my transcript before enrolling? Yes. You would go to TSA Connect, which is on our website under Texas Success Academy, and you will click on transcript evaluation, fill out the form, upload your transcript, and Johnny would go over it. He's also going to create, well, let me stop talking, Johnny. You tell them one more time what you're going to do when you get that request for a transcript evaluation.
So when I get the tentative transcript evaluation request, I will pull out a tentative planner and I will pull out your transcript so I can start putting over the information to know what you need in credits and what you don't need anymore, and then we'll organize your classes from there.
That's correct. That's correct. So someone asked about how do students navigate the TSA Connect page? That's a great question. So as I am over here with you guys, I'm looking at the TSA page. So TSA Connect is a new communications tool for all of our TSA communications. So on the front, it says call now. So there's a button and up under is our phone. You can email admissions or you can request a call from the department of your choice, right? So if you look at it, look at our TSA Connect page. It has the communication part up front. And then if you're interested in enrolling, it has enroll below. And then if you're a current student or a graduate, you will be able to click on advisors, financial advisor, alumni, college support. And then there are records requests. 12th grade records, request to graduate, request outside alumni, third party. And you know what I'm going to add on here that I don't see? We need to add our transcript evaluation request. So we'll add that to our TSA Connect page. And then there's support. If you're a student, you have a link to our newsletters. If you need to re-enroll or if you're interested in partnering with TSA, if you're on a payment plan, you're going to click the fax login and that's going to give you into your account. And it just goes on and helps you with information if you need to connect with anyone or if you have a suggestion or a complaint. Please let us know because our goal is to make sure that every experience you have at TSA is excellent. We know we're not perfect by any means, but we really try to do an excellent job for our students. Here's a great question. Is it possible for a student to get credit for working? Yes, it is. We allow up to how many credits, Johnny, for students to work?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. So it really depends on how long you've been working and how long you've been at TSA. But the 21st Century Development course that's through TEA allows us to give you up to 3 credits for working. So that will help you save on some of your electives. And those are really great opportunities to earn a higher grade because if you're working and doing a good job on your job, you're going to get a good grade, right? There are for the entire time that you're at TSA, you can get up to 3 credits. So it won't be 3 per semester. It will be 3 for the entire time, right? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about our adults. So we have a couple of programs, right? We have, if you've never been to school, um, I've never been in high school, right? I stopped in 4th grade or 8th grade. So that would be our 0 to 10th grade program. That means you have 0 credits, or you didn't complete the 10th grade. And we use these codes to help us to know what type of courses you need to take. And if you say, well, I finished my 10th grade, but I need 11th grade, you will be in the 11th or 12th grade classes, right? So if you have your courses, Mr. Johnny is going to evaluate your transcript and say, this student has enough courses to be in 11th grade. Then the advisor is going to know exactly what classes you need to complete your high school diploma. And remember, this will be the same type of diploma you would get if you were still in high school and graduated. That's the great thing about it. It is a fully accredited high school diploma. Okay, so when it comes to transcript evaluation, how long should I anticipate to wait for the results?
Um, I'd say about somewhere around tens of minutes. It should be to you pretty quickly.
That's amazing. I mean, that's like super fast, right?
Yeah, because evaluating a transcript isn't too tough for me. I see what I need to see, and I can put down what I need to put down, and then I can talk to you about it, and we go over back and forth a little bit.
That is really good. I'm so sorry. I get so excited talking to you, Johnny. I'm sorry. You're so good at what you do, and it makes me say, oh, wow, that's amazing. But that is amazing because you think about it. Sometimes it takes weeks and weeks and weeks to get a message back. But at TSA, Johnny's going to go through. He's going to get your transcript evaluated. He's going to contact you and talk to you about what your plan of action will be. And that's good. So before you jump in, you know exactly what you're getting into. And the thing is, this is what I've heard all my life. The time is going to pass by anyway. Either you're going to be working on something you want to do or not working at all. So if you're saying, oh my God, it's going to take me 5 months to get this, or it might take me a year, well, will that 5 months not pass by? Will that year not pass by? It's going to pass by. So why not work on something that you need that can change your life? Our students that come in here, they graduate, they go on to college, they go on to their jobs, they get promoted, they get to keep their job, because a lot of our students, we put down, yes, I have my high school diploma, hoping they don't check. But unfortunately, they're checking now, and they're checking hard, and we get calls, and we have to evaluate. Third-party evaluations is what they do. And we have to say, oh, I've never heard of this student before. Or, yes, that student graduated, or no, that student is still enrolled. So we have to answer truthfully when it comes to those third-party evaluations. So instead of getting called on your job, not knowing or worried every day if they're going to find out if you have a high school diploma or not, I would enroll at TSA. I would work on my high school diploma, and I would graduate. Okay. It's not how you start, it's how you end. Doesn't matter that you graduated 5 years later, doesn't, or 15 years. Our oldest graduate is 64. Okay. So that 64-year-old person can now go to college. He can now apply for a job, and they're not going to be like, well, what were you doing? They're going to be like, that took a lot of dedication and hard work to come back to school. And I think employers look at you differently when you take that time to go back and actually get a high school diploma and not just go and try to sit for a GED. I have credits from the 9th and 10th grades, but I didn't like, okay, let me go up here. I'm sorry. But I'd like to retake everything because I almost forgot all of the courses from a few years ago. Is that possible? So you have credits for 9th and 10th grade, and you want to retake everything. You don't have to retake everything, right? We can give you some. What we do in our program, which is really amazing, is that when you go into 11th grade, it's going to review a little bit about 9th and 10th grade. You're going to start off with a small review. And if you finish that review and like, I don't know anything, then let us move you at that time. Don't think you don't know anything, because let me tell you something. When you come here, you're going to get that review, and it's going to help you boost that confidence, right? It's going to help you remember some of the things you may have forgotten, and you can start in those classes. It's going to build that foundation, because we scaffold up. We go back a little bit to make sure that you're not guessing, and then we work you back up. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. I definitely would want to make sure that if you think you need a placement exam, that you ask for that when you enroll. That way we can say, okay, this student that took ninth and 10th grade classes is really on an eighth grade level. So let's give her a couple of eighth grade classes or give him a couple of eighth grade classes. And then let's jump him over to 11th grade because they're going to get that foundation that they need. That's the difference. We don't put everybody in the same courses just because of that's where you need to be. We're going to place you where it's going to be good for you. I've had adult students come in and was like, thank you so much. I didn't know any of this stuff. And we can go all the way back to the basics. And then you can finish your courses and be successful when you leave, right? You'll be able to say, I know what I'm doing. I'm not guessing. I understand math, which was my biggest struggle when I started getting into advanced math is making sure I understood it. And the good thing is you have one-to-one teachers, right? So you don't have to say, oh, I can't ask this question in class because I am nervous, or I don't want to go to this group lesson because I don't understand. As an adult, you meet with your teacher, you say, listen, I don't understand this at all. Can you explain this to me? And that teacher is going to look at that course that you're talking about. They're going to go over it step by step with you. And guess what? You don't pay anything extra for that. So one-to-one teacher support is included in your tuition, right? And when I was at UTA and was struggling in math, I had to get out my house, drive my car down to UTA, and sit in that little cubby and let a tutor come in and tutor me. But here, just like we're talking right now, you would do that with your teacher. And the good thing is you don't even have to live in Texas. You can live anywhere in the U.S. except New York and get your accredited high school diploma, right? And get the one-to-one teacher support that you need. There's another question that came up. It says, can I modify my courses and subjects? Probably not. And let me tell you why. If you are trying to earn your high school diploma, there are certain classes that you must take, right? If you say, I have an IEP or a 504 and they used to accommodate me, or I have to have a modified curriculum, that's different, right? But if you're telling me, oh, I don't like this math course, I don't like English anymore, well, the state of Texas requires you to have 4 Englishes, 3 math, 3 science, 4 social studies. You see what I'm saying? And if you want to go to a 4-year college, it's 4, 4, 4, and 2, which is 4 English, 4 math, 4 science, 4 social studies, and 2 foreign languages in the same language. So if you're saying, I want to go straight from TSA to a 4-year university, then you're going to take the university plan. If you're saying, I'm going to TSA and I'm going to go to community college and I need this for my job, then you don't have to take the foreign language and you don't have to take the extra math. You will get this a high school diploma. You can go into your community college, complete there, and then jump over to your 4-year university. So I am going to answer another question. What makes TSA a competitive program versus going to another established curriculum? Well, let me answer that question. I said this earlier. When I'm looking for a school or for a doctor or for anything, I'm looking to see what the students and parents say about TSA. I'm looking to see how successful students are after they graduate. One of our students had a 3.6 at TSA, now making a 4.0 in college. I think that's our competitive advantage. You're not guessing, you actually learn and you know what's here, and you're not a number. We're not a school that has 8,000 million students, right? We know who our students are. We know how to help you. If something happens to you or your family, we're like, we're so sorry. How can we help you? You get to know us and we get to know you. I think that makes us different, that as we grew, we still kept that one-to-one feel that you can talk to us. And you see, we brought on team members tonight so that you get to know who they are. And we're not a group of investors that say we need 100,000 students. We graduate 100,000 students every year. We don't graduate 100,000 students. I want to make sure our students are not just pushed through a program and that they have someone that they can talk to. Just imagine 10,000 students at a school. Who's talking to those students? That's a lot of students, right? So we want to make sure that we are giving you the one-to-one love and care that you need, and that you have a time that you can book with your teacher, right? We don't want you to go in every time slot is taken. We want you to have an open time slot that you can go and talk with your teacher, right? Here's another great question. Do you support financial aid? If you're talking about the federal financial aid, that is a Pell Grant, that will be for when you graduate from us, right? If you graduate from an accredited school like Texas Success Academy, you can qualify for financial aid, which is a Pell Grant. That is free grant money that you can use in college, right? So if you go to a school that's not accredited, you will not get financial aid. That is off the plate. You will have to find another way to pay for school. So we do support different types of financial aid. Like sometimes school districts would pay for the students to come here. So if you're at a school and you're in a K-12 program and you say, hey, I want to go to TSA and you guys don't offer this class, can I take it here? And can you pay for it? A lot of times they do, right? We have AP courses, honors courses, we're NCAA, we have University of California AG courses. So we have a lot of different type of courses here. So we support financial aid by allowing you to graduate and apply for financial aid from an accredited school. So that's how we support it. And another thing I think is the one thing that we support it is that we offer payment plans. And our tuition is very low compared to other schools, right? $50 down, $50 a month for your education. And if you pay in full, you get $100 off. I think that's an excellent supportive financial aid, right? We offer the payment plan. Here's another question. What's the difference between a high school diploma, a four-year university diploma, and an AP high school diploma? This must be international. This is probably international, okay? So I'm backwards, so I'm trying to get this hair out my face. Okay, so let's talk about this. A high school diploma in Texas, we have different programs. Like we have a minimal plan, a distinguished plan, and a recommended plan. So a high school diploma that you can go to college or for a job or go to a career school is a minimum plan diploma. It is 4 Englishes, 3 math, 3 science, and 4 social studies, right? And electives and some PE and some more courses. A four-year university or an AP course diploma for university will be you're going to add the extra math, you're going to add an extra science, and you're going to take 2 foreign languages, right? AP honors will allow you to get credit in college for your AP courses. It's not dual credit, but it's advanced placement. So once you take advanced placement, you can go sit for that exam and get college credit, right? And it also gives you a higher GPA when you take honors and AP courses, right? Because it's weighted differently. So sometimes if you see a transcript that says a 4.0 unweighted, but weighted a 4.6, that means that they took AP courses and made A's in it, right? Any of these diplomas that you're asking me about, you can apply to college for. It's just that the high school diploma is going to be more for a community college, your job, a career school. If you want a four-year university, you're going straight from TSA. You're not going to any community college. You're going straight to TSA to a four-year university. How long after completing the classes will I receive my high school diploma and transcript? That's a great question. We're trying to get them out really quickly now, right? So as soon as we get it, we have to make sure that there are steps that are completed, right, Johnny? We got to look at your classes. We got to make sure you completed them. Make sure you didn't fail anything, because if you did, we're going to give you an opportunity to make that up, right? We're going to make sure that you have completed everything. And then we're going to submit that over to Johnny so that he can start working on your transcript and diploma. So I would say that in a matter of a couple of weeks to a month, we usually try to have things out the third Wednesday of each month, but now we're doing it weekly because it's close to the end of the year, right? Everyone's getting ready to go off to college or need this for their job. So we don't want to take forever to get your high school diploma out. So I would say give us a couple of weeks, because I also assist Johnny. I'm like a registrar assistant too, right? We help each other. And so I also go through and look and make sure everything is okay. And as superintendent, I got 15 jobs over here at the school. So when I go back, I want to make sure I take my time and look and make sure everything is fine so we can sign off, send that to you, and you'll be notified when your diploma has been made, your transcript has been made. We're updating our new system so that every step that you go through our process, you'll be notified. And then even now, when we submit your information and do your posters, we send you tracking. So you're able to follow that. Oh, I love this question. And thank you, Bernice. Can I finish my courses? Can I attend my classes at night since I work during the day? Yes, you can. We have students that take classes day, night, afternoon, Saturday, and Sunday. The only thing is, our teachers do not work at night. So if you need help, you would just set up a time during the day, during their office hours, to get that one-on-one help. Excuse me. But you can take classes at night and on Saturdays. So a lot of students say, I can't believe I finished so quick. Well, you took classes 7 days a week. What do you expect? You did great. And you took your time and you asked for help. So we're not going to hold you back, right? We're going to allow you to come in, get the help you need, and finish your courses. Can I finish my courses early and proceed so I can graduate early? Our K-12 students, absolutely. All of our valedictorians have graduated early, right? Our adult students, yes, right? Because remember, we're going to look at the classes that you had before and accept those if they are from an accredited school. And when you finish, you can graduate early. We're not going to say, oh, you have to wait until May to graduate. Once you get your paperwork done, we look at it and say, hey, okay, he's finished or she's finished. Let us go ahead and get that diploma sent out. So all the diplomas and graduation dates are different because people are having different days that they are graduating in, right? So they are not all graduating at the same time. Okay. So they're graduating at different times throughout the week, throughout the month, and we send that to you once you're done. If there's another question, let's see if there's anything else I can talk about, if I see any other questions. So one great thing that I love about TSA is that we take care of your time and your records, right? We get a lot of students, especially our adults. I feel so bad, you guys. Our adults come in, and Johnny and Mike, tell me if I'm wrong. They will have math, the same course 3 or 4 times and passed it, or the same science course. And I'm like, how many times do you need to take Algebra 1 or English or PE or fine arts, or they'll give you a whole bunch of electives because they can't help you, right? So you come here thinking, I'm almost done with school, but you have 1,500 electives and no core subjects. That's not us. We're going to say no more electives. Whoop. We're going to get you in those classes. The only thing we do require is career, college readiness, investigating careers, because we want to make sure that when you leave here, you know what college you're going to go to or what job you're interested in. And I tell this story all the time. We had students that come and say, I want to be a nurse. We talk to them and they really tell me they want to be something else. One student in particular wanted to be a funeral director, right? And so we sat down, we talked. She went to Dallas Funeral Institute. She became an intern. She did, one of the notable people in Grand Prairie passed away. She did their funeral and she came to me. She said, this is it. I found my calling. And I told her, you speak Spanish. Oh my gosh, girl, you're going to have so many clients, and you're going to be able to talk with them and make sure they're comforted, and you're going to be a rock star. So she graduates from TSA. She goes to Dallas Funeral Institute. She goes back to her hometown in Mission, Texas, right? She's a funeral director. She's living her dream. That's what she's always wanted to do, but she was afraid that she couldn't do it or that she shouldn't. So when you come to TSA, you get an opportunity to find out what's best for you, right? We're not going to say this is going to be best for you. This is a school or college you should go to. We're going to help you decide, right? We have, I live outside of the United States. How can I get my diploma and transcript? Come to TSA, enroll in our international program, take your courses, complete them, and graduate. And then we will ship your diploma and transcript via international mail. It's really that simple, guys. You come in, you let us help you. You get your classes completed, and we will ship your transcript and diploma anywhere we possibly can, right? That will allow us to ship it, right? So if you are looking for a school that is going to care for you, that's not going to discriminate against you, we don't care about anything in your past. It's about how you're doing today and what you're going to do with your future, right? So Johnny, tell us about how our international students do.
Like in regards to their grades in the school,
Mm-hmm. Or how
they
you like it.
oh they do pretty good. I have to say they excel. When I look at them, actually today I was working on a student's transcript and I saw some of their work for their art class and it was incredible.
See?
were an artist, I was surprised. They were really good. They
Mm-hmm.
excel here.
They excel. You're going to excel at TSA because success is in our middle name. We want you to be successful here. Okay, here's another question that's great. I hope I answered the international question okay. It says, will graduate age 40 plus have any chance of finding a job? Yes. Nobody wants to work now, so they will be swooping you up. So yes, you can find a job. And if you want help with that, like kind of narrowing down what you want, if you took our investigating careers program and you want to look at get with Miss Crystal and get the form to fill out that you did in investigating careers. If you didn't do that, then get with Miss Crystal and get that form, fill it out, and talk with her, and let her help you with narrowing down what would be good for you based on that program, right? So it's never too late. Let me tell you, it is never too late. My friend just told me that um, they had somebody quit a job that was making $25 an hour to get a job making $40 an hour. They were working on like machines and things like that. So let me tell you, there's jobs out there. There are jobs out there, all types of jobs out there, right? Because unfortunately, with people going inside for COVID, something happened. I don't know what happened, but the work ethic has gone downhill. So if you're a warm body, willing to work, willing to learn, that's coachable, that's trainable, that want to advance in a company, yes, go out there and look. There's so many places to look. Indeed, Monster. Actually, if there's a company that you're interested in working with, I would call the HR department and say, "Do you have any openings? Where can I look to see the job openings that you have?" And that's what I would do. So it's never too late. That's a great question. That's a great question. Okay, can I use my diploma that I will receive from you to enroll in a university in my home country? We are internationally accredited, so yes. But let me tell you, some countries require that we apostille them, which is a process with the state, and we do that. Some request that we notarize them. So find out what is required in your home country because we are internationally accredited, right? So if your country says we need it hand signed, or we need a stamp, or we need to go get this notarized, or we need to have this where it is apostille with the State Department, then let us know. But you can use your diploma, right? Look and see what your state requires, and then let us know so that we can help you meet those requirements. That's the same for school. If you're interested in a school or a career, look and see what the requirements are. See how you meet those requirements. A question asked earlier in our morning session: can I go to Ivy League school? Yes, you can. This diploma from TSA won't stop you. But do you meet the requirements? Do you have a 3.8 or whatever it is? Are you active in the community? What have you done that sets you aside from other candidates, right? That's what they look for, right? Do I need to have my transcript translated to English before I apply? Let me tell you, if your transcript is not from an accredited school, don't translate it. Don't waste your money on that, right? Because we can't take those credits. If your if your school was accredited by an agency recognized by the U.S. Department of Education, like if it's from Cognia, ACTS, Middle States, Western, if it's one of those agencies that is accredited, that's an agency that accredited schools outside the U.S. and you went to that school, we will take every one of those credits and we will say, go have that translated. If it is not, don't waste your money. Don't waste your time. Just come here, get into this program, do some exams to see where you're at, earn you some credits, and get your high school diploma, right? Take your courses, okay? How do you find out if your school is accredited? Ask them, hey, is the agency that this school is accredited recognized by the U.S. Department of Education? If they say, what do you mean? Then that school probably is not accredited. If they say, yes, we're recognized by Cognia, or it used to be advanced ed or middle states, then you know your school is accredited, right? So you can use that. Okay, this is a great question. I'm from a place where English is not widely spoken and my command of the language is limited. Okay, so you sound like an ESL student, right? English as a second language, right? So in our program, we have ESL built in. So if you come in and say, I'm not good at English, let's give you a placement test. Let's give you a placement test to see where you're at and where your English level is. Now, if you don't know any English, then this is not the school for you. We are not going to sit up here and tell people to come that don't speak any English. But if you can understand, right? If you can read English and write, and your speech is limited, right? It's okay, because you can get with your teacher and say, listen, I'm not really good on speaking English, but this is my question. Can you help me? They will talk slowly. They will help you. They can type it out and you can translate it, right? You can translate it into your own language. There's all kind of translation systems out there. So if you feel like I understand you well enough in this session that we're having now, then you come to TSA. If you feel like all I did was see your mouth move, I don't understand anything, then you need some ESL classes first before you come to TSA, right? We're going to tell you the truth. We're going to be very honest with you, because we want to help you, right? So if you understand what we're talking about now and you have had English and you understand it and you can read it and write it, come to TSA, right? But if you don't know anything, then you might want to take some ESL classes, and we can probably help you with that. We can give you a placement test and see where you are and let you build up your language. How does that sound? Okay, let's see if there's any other questions, because we're past our hour time and we had so much fun. Oh, okay, here's another question. This will be our last question, okay? So is attendance at a meeting or a one-on-one class required? Now, how are you going to come to school and not meet with your teacher? How are you going to come to school and have a question and just sit on a question and fail that question 15 times and not meet with your teacher? This is what I don't understand when people say, do I have to do a one-on-one? Well, this is my thoughts. You're in school and you're paying for that, right? Take advantage of it. You might learn something from that teacher that you didn't even know. I take advantage of everything. I go to so many trainings, even now outside of college. I go to trainings upon trainings upon trainings to learn stuff. It took me 5 years to learn how to do a website, and the website is not the best, but I still go to trainings, right? So I'm going to one-on-one person to help me with websites now. The same with you in your school. If you say, I'm an A+ student, great, go in there and socialize, right? Get some social skills. We don't want you to be graduated and not knowing how to talk to people, right? We want you to be a whole person when you come to TSA. So yes, you need to go in and meet with your teacher. Yes. I'm not saying you need to be in with your teacher all day for 17 hours in a day. I'm saying you need to go in there and say, hey, I understand this, but let me ask you a question about this, this, and this. Or let me meet with Miss Crystal because I'm getting ready to graduate and I want to meet with someone to talk about how I can be successful in college and how to find the best job. We have people here to help you. So yes, you should want to meet with your teachers, right? You should want to get all the because if you're going to college, you're going to be meeting with your professors, right? Okay. Same thing here. Okay. Are there any other questions before I go? Or Johnny, is there a question you get that I can answer for students that you think will be good that I can kind of answer, kind of see what's happening?
No, just one thing that students do get confused on frequently is how to get to the connect page. A lot of them can't find it for some reason.
Really?
But yeah, sometimes they'll tell me, "Oh, I'm not sure where to find this link," or
Oh, that's
so, you know.
so it's on our first page of our website. It's real bold. It says TSA Connect, and it has a link, and it's usually in our emails that we send, and it's on our Facebook page. So if you cannot find it, please let me know. And I'm glad you told me that, because maybe we need to, I don't know, put an arrow on it or something that says, hey, this is TSA Connect. And that's where you're going to connect with us. That's where you're going to be a part of our school and be able to set up your one-on-one meetings. Or because once you're enrolled, you're going to get your teacher's information. The teacher's information is not on our TSA Connect because that's for our students, right? We don't want people emailing our teachers and asking them 1,000 questions when we have advisors and admissions and opportunities like this to come and ask questions. But you can go to TSA and set up an appointment, right? So yes, I'll make sure that you know where TSA Connect is. I'll make sure that when you enroll, that we send you a link with TSA Connect, because I love that I'm getting that feedback. So we'll know how to improve and make it better for you. Okay, that's our goal when we come here, to make sure that if there's something you need and you're not sure, we're gonna get it for you. I'm going to check and see if there's anyone else that would like to come on and chat real quick before I say goodbye. And thank you, Johnny, for being here with me. I appreciate it. I think we're just going to come on and say goodbye to everyone. And thank you all for joining us. And if you like this event and you want us to do it again, please let us know, because I think that would be so happy. Here's Miss Crystal, and that's Miss Ingrid. And so they're going to bring on some more of our team members. Here's Mariel in systems. Here's Kiel that you saw. And Clifford that put this whole thing together with Mariel, which is really amazing. I told them in the earlier one, look how far we've come. Yesterday was our 11th year anniversary, right? And if you look on YouTube, I laugh at those videos. If you look at YouTube and see my little corny videos that talked about TSA, look how far we've come in 11 years. Just think how far you will come once you graduate from TSA. So I just want to say thank you all. Does anyone want to say anything before we close out? Just thumbs up, and we're so happy that you came to join us, and we hope that you become a TSA Jaguar, and we hope that we can help change your life. That's our goal. Our goal is to change lives, right? Our students graduate from here and their lives are changed. If you don't believe me, go to our Facebook page, look at our reviews, look on our Google page, and see what our students and parents say about TSA. When I was administrator, I used to tell the kids on the microphone, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And that is so true for our TSA students and our faculty and staff. I love them and there's nothing they can do about it. So come here so we can love on you and educate you and get you out our TSA doors so you can become an alumni and a success story. Thank you again for joining us, and I hope to see you soon. And please, even at the bottom of this, post questions when you see it on any of our social media networks, and we'll come in and answer those questions. Thank you and have a blessed day. We love you guys. Bye.